And we are back live for the first time in quite some time here on the YouTube from the StreamYard Studios. I am your host of the Fighting Queens interview today, Mr. Jake. And of course, today is a very special day because today we have a woman who is doing incredible things, a woman who's going to be competing for American Fight Promotions coming up in December on December 6th at AFP 104. Please help me welcome in my guest at this time. Miss Megan Austin. Did I say that right?
Augustine. Yep. But
Augustine.
yes, thank you. I'm excited to be a part of this. So thank you for having me.
Well, hey, of course, before we get started, I mean, how you been doing as of late?
I'm great. I'm in my car right now. Just got done training. Pretty much my day to day is I am a first grade teacher, so I wake up, go to work, teach all day, and then train for 2 to 3 hours at night. So I've been busy.
You definitely have for sure. So let's go ahead and get started. So we all get inspired by what we do best. Me when it comes to interviewing, you when it comes to fighting. So what inspired you to start fighting?
Um, I actually started Taekwondo when I was 6. So I've always been involved in the martial arts. I got into jujitsu when I kind of wanted to learn more of the self defense side of things. Absolutely fell in love with jujitsu. I started training at Henzo Gracie Philly out of Philadelphia. That's where I'm originally from. Um, they're a really big fight team, and I kind of saw what was going on there, and I was like, I want to do that.
And I really do admire that for sure. And of course, another thing too is that you train at Daniel Gracie team in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Talk about how much they've helped you ever since you joined them.
I actually moved out from Philadelphia to help my head instructor and owner of Daniel Gracie, Cody Heyer, build his gym. So everyone there is a huge inspiration to me. I mean, we've really cultivated a community of people who work hard, who inspire each other, and I feel like being surrounded by people who believe in me has really made a difference.
I really love that for sure. And of course, another thing too is that there are times where training could be the most fun parts about training, but then again, there are times where it can be so difficult. So, from your point of view, what has been the hardest part about training?
I think the mental side of things, I can be really hard on myself or really down on myself. It's something I've struggled with a lot is um, keeping kind of keeping my emotions out of my training. So I know some people are fueled maybe by anger or by frustration or something, but I've been really working on trying to just be kind of even keeled, calm, collected. And I've done a lot of work in and outside the gym to kind of to help with that.
And I really like that because I'm here soon. I'll be asking you as far as the mental side of things. But of course, another thing too. I mean, you talked about this. I mean, you're a first grade teacher. You do a lot of things, but yet whenever you're not teaching, whenever you're not training or fighting, what do you like to do during your free time? Do you like to listen to music? Do yoga, anything like that?
Um, I do like yoga. I'm a certified yoga instructor, actually. I love to read. Um, I love to hang out with my dog, go for walks. During fight camp, that's about it. I don't do much else other than that. Um, but yeah.
I really do like that. And of course, before I get to my next question, though, if you guys want to get a chance to go follow Miss Megan, go and follow her on Instagram because she is definitely worth it. And because that's how we got a chance to connect was through American Fight Promotions, and here we are today. Here we are live, and then, what I can honestly say is that with what American Fight Promotion is doing for you women, it's very excited for me because what I'm very close to Ohio. I live in West Virginia, and it's always nice for somebody who has been as passionate as I am for women's combat sports to see what they're doing. So shout out to American Fight Promotions as well.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate the opportunity they're giving me. I'm definitely not young in this sport, but that's something I kind of hope to prove to everybody is that it's really not too late to follow a dream. So I really appreciate them giving me this opportunity.
And you definitely deserve it. And of course, I talked about this just a little bit ago. This is definitely one of my favorite questions. I love to get a chance to ask all the fighters this. Is that and I do believe that this is a certain topic that needs to be talked about a lot. But yet, most people don't know is that this sport can make an impact not only just on the physical aspects, but of course on the mental aspects. So my question to you is, how much has the sport made an impact on you mentally?
Tremendously, because I had to learn to take care of my mental health if I really wanted to get the most out of my training. I think earlier on, there was a lot of times where I would show up to practice and go through the motions. And a lot of times people say, like, training is therapy, but I kind of had to learn that it actually really isn't a replacement for real therapy. So I'm a big proponent of that. I've been to therapy. A lot of my teammates have. My boyfriend's a professional fighter. He talks to a sports psychologist. I think taking care of your mental health outside of training allows you to come in with actually a clear mind.
Yeah.
So you're using training as training, not necessarily as your therapy.
And that's something that you may not know about me is that I'm currently taking therapy at the moment, and of course I'm even taking medication for my depression and anxiety. And it's something I've always loved to hear about because I see the sport make such an impact on just fighters like yourself and so many others. And for anybody that's watching this live or will watch this later on once when it gets posted, it's okay to not be okay. If you're struggling, I mean, guess what? We all struggle. I mean, nobody's perfect. And if you say you are, well, then that's you. But as far as me and of course Megan as well, I mean, we all struggle day in and day out. So if you're watching this live, just know that you're not alone. And second of all, you if you're not doing anything right now, whether if you're in Michigan or in West Virginia or anywhere else, I mean, first of all, I don't think sitting on a couch watching this interview, eating a bag of potato chips is not going to solve anything. I'm sorry. You got to get up. You got to get yourself up. It's like in one of my favorite Shine Down songs. Get up, get up, get up. Because I can guarantee you this, and I think Megan can vouch for me when I say this. You can walk in any gym. It can be Taekwondo, it can be MMA, it can be boxing, kickboxing, whatever it is. But yet, my point is, if you're not being loved by your own family, just walk into any sort of gym that you feel comfortable with, and they'll love you. They may not know you on the outside, but they will definitely know you on the inside.
100%. Something that I've definitely it's been instilled in me from my team and my coaches is to constantly check on your teammates. We Cody was just saying it to us today, like, you guys got to hold each other accountable. And something I think we've all learned is it's not just holding each other accountable like on the mats, but also checking on someone, like if they're not at practice, like, hey, like, man, like, are you okay? And just that community of, like, everybody kind of taking care of each other and being vulnerable, and that, like you said, it's okay not to be okay. Like, I've lost some people really close to me, family members, friends, to suicide. I know my boyfriend, the person who got him into this sport, we lost him unfortunately to suicide. So that's something I think about all the time. That, sometimes the people who seem like they have it all together the most and are the most happy go lucky and are training the hardest are actually the people struggling the most. So always, checking on your teammates.
And not to mention that, for anybody who's wanting to be a part of the sport, no matter what you do, you can be an interviewer, you can be a fighter, you can be a guy selling cotton candy in the fifth row. I don't care because we all have something that we do in the sport. We are all one big family. Yes, you're gonna see some, as far as weigh-in, seeing somebody throwing water bottles, pushing each other, all that jazz. Outside of that, I promise you, and Megan can vouch for me when I say this. So this community is so welcoming. It is so loving. It's like we all have to lift each other up. I mean, and I always try my best to lift up every single fighter that I get a chance to meet. Yourself, any other amateur, the professionals, you name it. That's because I see greatness in you women because you women have fought your toughest guts out there to show that you can be both warriors inside the cage, but of course you can be warriors outside the cage.
Yes, for sure. There is a place for everybody, and I think as long as you're a good person and you work hard, if this is, something you want to be a part of and be involved in, the sport needs more people like that. Honestly, there's work to be done to keep growing it. And yeah, no, I appreciate that sentiment. So
I mean, that's just something I believe that interviewers like myself just need to think about this because don't get me wrong, and I respect anybody who interviews fighters, but I believe it's like they don't really talk about the topics like we're talking about right now because don't get me wrong, this sport can do great things professionally, but it's always the mental side of things that I believe every interviewer or every fighter should start talking about and start taking it seriously. Considering the fact that we lost so many people due to suicide this year.
Hmm. Yeah. No, absolutely. I think it's important to talk about. And, um, you know, I see it in my students. I see it in the kids I work with. I see it in my teammates, my family, my friends. Um, I think it's something we all go through up to one extent or the other. And yeah, training has helped me a lot with it.
So, of course, I definitely want to talk about this. So, I mean, from you, you just mentioned it. You started with Taekwondo, and of course, you're a purple belt. I mean, talk about
Mhm.
the difficult road it has led you to get to where you are as far as becoming a purple belt.
Oh man. Somebody along the way once told me that if I wanted to do MMA as a female, they're like, you have to do everything the boys do, and then you got to go run 2 miles after practice too. And in the beginning, it definitely felt that way. Like, I can't tell you how many times I was maybe the only girl on the mats. And Hensel Gracie Philly, at the time I was training there, Daniel was there. Daniel Gracie was the main instructor, and there was never an easy day. There are times I would literally get done practice, and I remember I'd walk up because it was in the basement. I walk up the stairs, I go into the girls' bathroom to take a shower and get ready because I would go right to work from training, and I would just cry in the shower. Like, I just was like, why am I putting myself through this? Everything hurt. I felt like I was just getting beat up. But Daniel has this saying, it's we never stop. And at the time that just stuck with me. It was like, just don't stop, just don't quit, just show up, keep showing up, show up the next day, no matter what. And Cody kind of keeps that continuing at our gym now too, like the attitude of like, even on a bad day, just show up. So that built the discipline in me that like even on the hard days, I would just show up. And now I tell myself that even the worst day of training, it adds up to the good days. So when I have that great day of training, I'm like, okay, that's because I showed up on all those other days. Um, but yeah, I've competed a lot along the way at different belts. I definitely have gotten to the point where the belt rank doesn't really matter so much to me as just kind of my journey and where I'm at. I forgot my belt at practice yesterday, and so I put on a white belt, and all my teammates were really bothered. They're like, "Oh, we gotta find you a purple belt." I'm like, "I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not that. It doesn't matter at all."
It's just like if a belt is a belt, and they'd be like, "No, we need the purple. Somebody gotta find the purple."
Yeah, like it's when you're a white belt, it's you think it matters, but then eventually along the way you realize, like, oh, it's when you roll with me, you'll know.
I couldn't imagine any of the new people that would just join the gym and they see you with the white belt, and all of a sudden they start listening to your teammates be like, "Why is she a white belt? She's doing this good. What is she doing?"
People do that. It doesn't happen a lot, but people will. They'll show up to a new gym and put on a white belt when they're not really a white belt. It's being a sandbagger. Don't do that.
Being a sandbagger, that's new.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be that person. Just tell people your belt rank.
So note to self. So if I go to work tomorrow, if they start doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing, I'm just gonna look at them and be like, "Hey, you don't be no sandbagger."
Hmm.
The new look. So
Don't pretend to be something you're not. Don't pretend to be, you know, just own it. Wherever, whatever part of your journey you're at, you own it. And that's something my coach, that Cody always says too. He's like, your journey is your journey. Don't compare it to other people. And that's also helped me too, because a lot of people get caught up in, well, oh, this person got their blue belt or this person got their purple belt, but I submit them in practice, and it's like, it's not really about that. It's about where are you at in your stages of your journey. Or people ask me, how many years did it take you to get your purple belt? I'm like, well, that was me. Like, it might not be the same for you.
I mean, the way I feel about this, and this not only goes as far as Taekwondo, but it goes to every other combat sport that you're seeing right now. It's like each road leads to a different path. If you handle things the right way, then guess what? You're gonna go be successful. But if you start to become, no offense to those who like to be egotistical and all that, but if you're going through that route, then things may not go the way you plan, especially if you think your own crap don't stink. That's just the way I feel about that.
it's there's certain lessons you're going to learn along the way, and for some people they just learn them faster than others. That's how I look at it. I'm like, some people learn that lesson on day 2 or 3, some people it takes a couple years, but we all get there.
Yeah, I believe we all will get there for sure. And of course, another thing too is that you've been a part of Taekwondo for quite some time, but also you get ready to make your debut coming up on December 6th, and that leads to a lot of goals to get a chance to cross off that check mark. So my question to you is, do you have any other goals you would love to get a chance to accomplish?
Um, I would love to be a world champion in jiu-jitsu. That was kind of what I had my heart set on before getting this fight. Not knowing if the opportunity would ever come along, I kind of was like, okay, my goal is to compete as much as I can, eventually become a world champion at purple belt and then brown belt, black belt. I have a lot of FOMO right now watching everybody at Pans. It's exciting. Um, but yeah, so that's a goal. Um, Other than my fight, I don't have any huge goals right now in martial arts. I'm kind of just like, one track mind focused on that.
Yeah, and of course, speaking of that, I mean, I'm getting ready to pull up the fight photo because, for anybody who doesn't see it, which I'm getting ready to put my brightness up, for anybody who doesn't know, there it is, the official fight photo coming up for AFP 104. You're going to be taking on Miss Becca Spivey. And of course, and I got to get a chance to ask you this, from going to Taekwondo to get a chance to go fight, what's your mindset going to be once when we get closer to December 6th?
Um, Number one, have fun. And for me, sparring fighting is fun. So I know that sounds crazy. A lot of people ask me, why are you smiling in your picture? I said, because I literally love this. I've been training for 7 years for this opportunity. I'm happy to be here. Um, so for me, the fun would be executing all the things we've been working on the gym, listening to my coaches, pushing the pace, making a really exciting fight. So all those things.
And it's definitely going to be a very exciting fight for sure. But of course, for anybody who doesn't know anything about American Fight Promotions, of course, we got to get a chance to show some love to them because they're the
Yes.
reasons why you're getting this fight. So of course, go and follow American Fight Promotions. If you guys want to get a chance to follow them, they are at American Fight Promotions on Instagram, on social media, and other platforms because they are doing phenomenal things outside as far as the men's stuff, but of course the women's stuff. We're seeing more amateurs being a part of so many epic cards like this one coming up on December 6th. So, really and truly, if it wasn't for American Fight Promotions, I mean, it's just very incredible. And I just kind of realized I just made a butcher mistake. I put American Fight Follow Promotions, not American Fight Promotions. So, that's my bad on that. Wow. But of course, you know what? My final question. This is gonna be a very tough one, and I told you to think about this. So, are you ready?
Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so we all want to be recognized for something that we do in the sport. Me, I just want to be recognized as that one interviewer who's very dedicated to giving amazing women like you a platform to be able to tell your story. But as a fighter, you want to be recognized for something different. So my question to you is, what's something you want to be recognized for during your time of fighting?
I would love to be recognized for being genuine, being real, showing I'm a real person, and through that, hopefully inspiring people that if I can do it, they can do it too. Um, I really try to keep it real. I try to be as genuine as possible. My emotions a lot of times show on my face for better or for worse, but I hope through that, trying not to put on any type of persona and just being myself, I show people that, if you have a dream, if it's getting in the cage, whatever it is, you can do it. And specifically showing women that they can do it. And, you don't have to become a fighter to want to train like one or to step into a jiu-jitsu gym or to give a combat sport a try. Um, I think we are in an exciting time right now for women's combat sports where it's growing a lot. And there wasn't a ton of women to welcome me onto the mats when I first trained. I'm grateful for the few that there were, but now there's so many. I mean, we have almost like 50 women that train at our gym.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm really grateful and thankful for all of them. And I just hope to inspire more. So, just to if I can do it, you can do it too.
I really love that for sure. And of course, the one thing I really love about you is like you're not afraid to share your emotions. And of course, there's nothing wrong with showing your emotions because everyone needs to know and understand how you feel. And the fact that you basically are allowing me to get a chance to interview you. And I can honestly say, for my first time to ever get a chance to talk to you on here, I think you did a phenomenal job. I think you did a fantastic job as far as here and, of course, what you're doing. And I hope you don't mind me telling you this, but I'm very, very proud of you because you deserve all the love, all the support, everything that you're given, every opportunity that you're getting. It's because of your hard work and dedication. I'm so thankful the fact that you're a part of the sport. American Fight Promotions is so thankful the fact that you're part of this card. It's so beautiful, and I'm excited to see the best that is yet to come for you. I cannot wait for you and Becca to throw hands coming up on December 6th. And of course, get ready for Cheesy Jake. But for having you on here, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Thank you. I appreciate it, really. I'm glad I did okay because after a long day, a long week, and a long training session, I definitely feel tired. But you can tell by my energy, I'm excited to be a part of this. So thank you.
And if anything, thank you because amateurs like you deserve your own spotlight. Amateurs like yourself deserve to just feel like a professional, to be your interview, to have your own spotlight. Once again, guys, I'm gonna hype up your Instagram once again. Go follow this amazing queen. If you're following from my side, I basically collabed with her on Instagram so that you can't miss out. This is a great person, a great individual to show some love. Let's get her up to 1K. Shoot, let's get her up to as many followers as she possibly could. I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
I would, and I have to give a shout out to my team. So go check out my team's Instagram page too. Daniel Gracie underscore Team Kohai. Cody Heyer, William Tucker, Miguel Diaz are my coaches. My whole team. I would not be who I am without them. I don't think I ever make a post without including them somehow. They're my heart and soul, and I just wouldn't be here without them. They've gotten me through the literally darkest, roughest times. They see me at my best and my worst. So it's a great place to train. If you're in the area, stop by. We love having people visit. So Daniel Gracie, Team Kohai.
And of course, really truly, we definitely want to get a chance to send one more shout out to American Fight Promotions for having this interview together. Guys, go follow them. It's at American Fight Promotions on Instagram, on YouTube, on all social media because they have a very big card coming up. As a matter of fact, I'll be interviewing your opponent this coming Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube. So make sure you guys check that out. But Megan, before we go, do you have any final thoughts or comments you want to say?
I just want to say thank you for the support, and just say to everybody that, there's lots of ways to support local fighters or promotions. So the likes, the follows, the comments really make a huge difference. I always try to tell my teammates that. Um, and any little bit of support really goes a long way. I know not everybody can afford necessarily to buy tickets or things like that. So whatever you can do to help someone follow their dream is awesome.
Yeah, and of course, before we go, I mean, once again, guys, if you're following from her side and you don't know who I am Jake, not from State Farm. On here, if you guys want to get a chance to help me get to as many followers, and I haven't really got a chance to plug the YouTube as of late because I've been so busy with a different company called Millions. So, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I keep stuttering, golly, but my apologies on that. But go follow me at the Fighting Queens on Instagram. Megan, thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck in December. And of course, I cannot wait to see you, Becca, throw hands. This is going to be a great fight.
Yes, it is. I can't wait either. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Until then, guys, for Miss Megan, I am Jake saying so long, and we'll see you guys next time.